joined as parties. The latest ruling opens the legal contest over the NDC's registration and places the matter back before the court for a fresh determination. This looks like a very big setback for the party. Let me allow you to listen to some of the lawyers who spoke after the ruling today.
The implication of the ruling is that whatever steps INEC has taken, in enforcement of the judgment of this court delivered on the 10th of December 2025, that has been reversed by the court itself this morning. So those things no longer hold sway. Now, the court, in the judgment of the 10th of December, had ordered INEC to recognize Nigeria Democratic Congress as a political party and register it, issue a certificate of registration, and allow it to be contained on the ballot papers for the purpose of the election. So those were the fallouts of the judgment. The judgment having been reversed this morning, those steps taken by INEC to do so in recognition and issuance of certificates would also need to be reversed. The certificates will have to be retracted. The registration and recognition on INEC database will also have to be taken out. And wherever they appear on ballot in any election before this suit is now determined, they will now have to be removed. That's the effect.
All right. What does this mean? Does it mean like someone like Mr. Peter Obi no longer has a chance in the 2027 election? What does this also mean? It doesn't mean that NDC automatically cease to become a political party. What are the issues, the implications? But I know that the NDC has been speaking about these and held a press conference today. But let's speak with the National Secretary of the NDC, Mr. Ikena Quizo, who is live for us here in our studio. It's a pleasure having you tonight again on the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
This time around, there is an existential threat to your party. But with the ruling today, does your party still consider itself a legally recognized political party today in Nigeria?
Well, the ruling said the judgment earlier given by the court has been set aside. But the ruling, there was no part of that ruling where an order was made deregistering NDC. So as far as we are concerned, our party is still subsisting, has not been deregistered, and will continue to operate as NDC and will continue to operate as normal. For now, what we have done is to commence the process of appealing the judgment. As I talk to you, our team of lawyers at work trying to set aside what has been done today. But as I tell you, there are no issues about our candidates and their candidature in the elections. We believe that since no order was made deregistering the party, we are still a registered political party and continue to remain so until any direct judgment of any court will say so.
The rest here is identity.
Yeah.
Whether or not there is a clash. And interesting part is that there are those who also argue in this matter that your identity and logo looks like that of the broom of the APC. Another argument of that is that Peace Movement Party, which this is your logo, and like the producer to put up the logo of the NDC, that there is a clash, and whether or not the Peace Movement Party says he wants to be joined in that matter, and the court has thrown that matter back to status quo to say, go and start hearing this matter. It means that there is an existential problem because your identity is your party. Your party is your identity. The only way one can recognize the NDC on the ballot is by your identity, and that is a major issue. When you were filing this, and I know that you have gone and the leader of your party had gone back and forth with INEC on this issue of identity, how come? Is it an oversight? Is it lack of a due diligence? How did you find yourself in this kind of messy situation?
All right, first and foremost, I want us to look at two perspectives of this matter. The first perspective is the issue of, because the judgment said Peace Movement Party ought to have been made a party to the proceedings in the first place. That cannot be true. We started the process of raising our political party as far back as 2017. At the time we started the process, our logo was an elephant. Somewhere along the line, we realized that there was another party that had the logo, elephant as its logo. We applied to INEC to change our logo. We realized that there was an elephant in the room. Yes, there was. So we applied to change our logo. And we introduced the logo of the victory sign. That was in 2024. No problems. Now, thereafter, in 2025, September to be precise, more than 1 year after we had successfully changed our logo, INEC wrote to us saying that they cannot continue our registration process. On the sole reason being that, according to INEC's letter, our logo looked like that of the APC. We disagreed with INEC. We wrote to INEC and made two requests. First request, allow us, while we do not agree that the logo of the NDC looks like that of the APC, the logo of the APC is a broom held by a hand. Our logo is a victory sign. We should be allowed to at least.
Guys, are you guys seeing what's happening? We can all see that Tinubu really wants power by any means necessary, because how is he coming out to use the judges now to tell us that, okay, these people, they can't contest, that they should deregister them ahead of 2027 election? It doesn't even make any sense. And you heard the man specifically said they have started processing this stuff since 2000 and what, 2017. That is what, that's 9 years ago. Imagine after 9 years now, they are now coming out to change the rulings because of what? They have been sorted. We all know what is happening. They are really trying their best to make sure that they make Nigeria a one-state democracy. That is very, very sad.
Change the logo so that our registration process should continue. INEC refused. Ultimately, we went to court. We went to court because INEC refused to register us on the grounds that our logo looked like that of the APC. We got to court. At the time we went to court, we didn't know about PMP. We didn't know about any other association that had a logo that looked like that of ours. We only knew that INEC had refused to register us because, according to them, which is false, our logo looked like that of the APC. So we took INEC to court.
Please, guys, how does that logo look like that of APC? How? These people, they are so incompetent. Anything that just comes to their mind, they just open their mouth and just say it. How does this peace sign now look like a broom? They just want to try their best to make Nigeria a one-state economy. I'm not sure it's going to work, but let's see how it goes.
Court. INEC filed a defense, and in their defense, for the first time, they raised the issue of PMP, saying that our logo looked like that of PMP. In our response to that statement, we said, first and foremost, there are 18 political parties as at that time registered in Nigeria, and none of them is PMP. None of them has any logo that looks like ours. Secondly, out of the 171 political associations that registered seeking registration, none of them is PMP. So there was no basis for you to say that our logo looked like that of any other political party when there was none, either that has applied for registration or that was registered as a political party in Nigeria, as at the time we were in consideration. During hearing, the judge asked INEC, PMP, is it a registered political party? INEC said no. Amongst the 171 associations that applied for registration, is PMP one of them? The INEC said no. So why are you bringing up the issue of PMP at this point? It was not the reason you refused to register us, and it was not the reason we came to court. The court, in its well-considered judgment, overruled every argument of INEC, including the issue of PMP that had no basis at all, and registered us. Now, as a lawyer, you're also a lawyer, you know. First and foremost, there are only two grounds, basically in law, by which you can set aside a judgment. One is that the judgment in itself is a nullity ab initio. Secondly, that your judgment was obtained by fraud. None of this applies in this case. Secondly, when a party feels that its interest is affected by any judgment of any court, what it will do is to apply, after judgment has been given, is to apply to appeal against that judgment as an interested party. And legally speaking, every rules of procedure of courts There are time limits for appeal and for you to apply to appeal as an interested party. As far back as December 10 last year, judgment was delivered in this matter. It was common knowledge in the whole country that a court judgment has been issued on ordering that NDC be registered. From December 10, when that judgment was given, till today. You can check when PMP purportedly filed the application. You don't set aside a judgment, a duly considered judgment that was given on its merits.
Finalized.
In that same court. Enforced. The only defendant in that judgment was INEC. And INEC looked at the matter and decided that there was no basis for an appeal.
But look at what the court has said today. The court held that material facts were not disclosed during
What were the material facts?
What were the material facts?
That's the question you asked the court.
question the court is asking is that the ruling specifically cited non-disclosure of material facts.
What are the material facts?
You should ask your facts.
No.
Because the court said you are
If the court had said the material facts were hidden, the court will state what the material facts are. First and foremost, we argued in court that the party that came to court, the Peace Mass Movement, is not a known registered body. It's not a political party. It's not a registered association known to law. They claim to have applied for registration with INEC in 2015, and that INEC refused to register them in 2015, 9 years ago, and they went to sleep.
Do you suspect any foul play here?
Of course, every Nigerian knows that there's a foul play. Recently, Sean.
I mean, why is this journalist even asking that question? Well, he's a journalist. He's trying to do his job. We all know that there is foul play. We all know who is behind the door. But this man now, he's being very smart. He's watching his words. He's choosing his words carefully. He doesn't want them to come and use DSS to arrest him tomorrow, because that is the reality of it right now. If you speak out against the government, tomorrow you can find yourself in jail. They are taking us back to military regime. So the man, he's choosing his words carefully. Yes, we know who is in charge of everything. We know who is playing everything. We know who is telling them what to do. I mean, we all saw it last week or last 2 weeks. How many judges were given houses before all these things started coming up? Can you see that these men, they are not even that smart? They don't even plan themselves properly. We know everything. Let's see how it goes.
A court in Nigeria ordered some parties to be deregistered. We are still talking about that. Another court that has given a final judgment that is subject only to an appeal is now turning around to give a ruling. You are setting aside a judgment that is not a nullity, that was not obtained by fraud, by virtue of a ruling for an order to set aside.
But can the court by itself set aside its own ruling?
I don't want to say it's kindergarten law that a court cannot do that. Everybody knows that a court cannot do that. The question is, why will a court, particularly a judge of that age at the bench,
procedurally,
in fact, to even hear the matter?
Procedurally, which court has the power to revert itself?
At this stage, and
I'm just asking you, for the knowledge
every judge, every court has the right to set aside its own judgment on two conditions only.
If they found out?
One, if they found out that if the court had no jurisdiction in the first place to give the judgment, where the judgment is said to be a nullity.
Yeah.
In that case, the court can, on proper application, set aside this judgment. The other case is where the judgment was obtained by fraud. Then the party applied.
Hiding material facts is not part of the principle that will allow a
it's
court
not.
to...
And then even at that, it is only the defendant in the matter that can bring an application to set aside. In a situation where material fact was hidden, the party must first of all apply for leave to appeal, not to set aside. The procedure does not provide for anybody can jump out from anywhere.
Don't you guys what is happening? I just saw in the comment section, the courts in Nigeria has been compromised. Exactly. Imagine the people we have that are meant to check us, the people in charge of our balance of power, and yet they are compromised. What does that say about Nigeria as a whole? These are the people that are meant to keep us in check, to make sure that one person doesn't have all the power, and yet they are taking all the power and giving it to one person. This says a lot about the type of country we live in, honestly. Honestly, as in, I won't even lie. It's very, very sad. This is our reality in Nigeria. We have these judges, we have these courts to keep us in check, to make sure that power doesn't go to only one party or to only one person. And yet, here we are, taking all the power, giving it to just that party. APC, they want Nigeria to be a one-state democracy. It's not even democracy at this point. They are trying to make sure they control everything. They are trying to control everything at this point, and it doesn't make any sense. Within 1 week, you deregister two major parties before 2027 election. These niggas, they are playing chess with us, honestly. They are playing chess, and we are all pawns. These judges that they gave houses, they know what they are doing. Within 3 days, you deregister ADC. The next thing, you are coming for NDC. They are going for the major parties that they know are going to give them headache in this election. This Tinubu government, he keeps doing things that we have never seen before. That's what I like about him. That is the only thing I like about him. I mean, he keeps breaking barriers because before he came into power, we all know that for you to become president of Nigeria, you have to win any other states plus Abuja. You cannot become the president of Nigeria without winning Abuja. But guess what, guys? Tinubu is the first person to become president of Nigeria without winning Abuja. And now see what he's doing with our judges and with our courts. Omo, it's very, very sad, honestly. This just goes to show that almost everyone in this country is corrupt for the right price. Let's continue with the video.
Team underestimate the implications of this because the fundamental issue that INEC was presenting to the court was that you cannot register your party because of identity clash. And if the court now says, go back to the very beginning of this argument, does that mean one thing? When INEC said, I cannot register, let's begin this trial.
Court, in the substantive proceedings, admitted first and foremost that our logo did not resemble that of APC. That was the first thing they admitted to. Then secondly,
that's in the trial.
In the trial, they admitted. In fact, they didn't raise it. The moment we filed our suit, they didn't mention INEC logo anymore. They didn't mention APC logo anymore because they admitted during the proceeding that actually, in fact and in truth, our logo, the logo of the NDC, which is a two-finger victory sign, did not in any way resemble that of the APC. They now introduced the issue of Peace Path Movement and admitted further that Peace Path Movement is not a registered political party. It's not one of the 171 political associations that applied for registration. So there was no basis.
So fundamentally, what the court has said is that go back to the beginning of this matter.
The court had no right to do so.
I'm telling.
As a matter of fact,
just a moment. I'm trying to break it down for our viewers to understand, so that they will know what the implications are. The court simply said, go back and start this matter all over again. That's right.
Sean, you're a lawyer.
Yeah.
First and foremost, no judge has the right or the power to rehear a case it has had to conclusion. The principle of law is that at that point, the judge is functus officio. It has no right anymore to reopen the matter. In the first, I think it's very wrong for the judge to even have agreed to hear the matter from the very beginning. Because the moment the application was made, the judge ought to have known that not having the power to reopen the case, it cannot take any application on it. The only option that was open to PMP is that they could have applied to appeal that judgment, as an interested party.
Let's look at it. Political associations are regulated by INEC. And in that sense, there are those who will argue that your party should have just gone ahead and meet the requirement as being stated by INEC. Go and amend the logo because there is a look-alike, there is a clash of identity. And there are those who will now say, why is NDC wanting to use it?
Please, guys, how does NDC logo look like APC logo? How? It's not even making sense to me at this point. How does it look like APC logo? They are just looking for any means necessary to stop any other opposition party. They see that now, okay, PDP, they are no longer contenders. These new parties now, they are giving them small troubles, and that's why they are now trying to block them by any means necessary. I mean, we all know that when the election comes, they are still going to rig, but still, they are trying to cover every loophole. They don't want to leave any stone unturned. That is their plan. So now, even before the election comes, they are already trying to weaken the opponents. Because why will you just come outside and you deregister two major parties in Nigeria? I mean, is this still democracy? It doesn't make any sense, to be honestly. Look at this logo properly. It doesn't look like APC logo at all in any way. It does not. So all these that they are just doing is all flimsy excuses. They are just trying to bring Peter Obi down. They know that this man is going to give them problem 2027, and they are trying their best to avoid it any means necessary. This logo doesn't look like APC logo at all now, but I mean, this is Nigeria. Things that doesn't make sense, they make sense here in our country. Let's see how it goes.
Court to bypass INEC registration process, attempting to achieve through the court what it could not obtain administratively.
Brother, let me tell you something. I'll ask you one question. 171 political associations applied for registration. Only one was registered. Do you actually believe that the rest 170 associations did not meet the threshold of the requirements of law? The truth is that that particular INEC had made up its mind not to register anybody. Our process started since 2017. We had met all everything, everybody that. In fact, INEC in the proceedings in substantive trial admitted before the court that we had met all the requirements for registration. So, what you're saying is what some.
So why is it now an issue, and why is all this happening? Can you guys see the timeline? Let us trace it back. 2 weeks ago, in Abuja, some judges were given like a 5-bedroom duplex in Abuja. It's not even up to 2 weeks. I'll be 1 week that all this is on now coming out to register different parties. They're now coming out to say, okay, you cannot contest because they know these people are going to give them issues in this upcoming election. So now you give judges some brand new houses. The next thing, what do? They start moving mad. They start doing things how it's not meant to be done. Because we can all hear this experienced lawyer saying it himself. You can't just wake up and revoke the law. It doesn't work.
Parties who were not there, who do not know the facts of our case, have been saying in public, and we have tried severally to say this is not true. We didn't go to court because we are not qualified. But if we were not qualified, the court would not have registered us or ordered our registration. We went to court because we have met every condition of registration. But INEC, whimsical
of identity. And those who will now say, why is NDC wanting to use the court?
Had made up his mind not to register anybody. Our process started since 2017. We had met all from the very beginning. Because the moment the application was made, the judge ought to have known that not having the power to reopen the case, he cannot take any application on it. The only option that was open to PMP is that they could have applied to appeal that judgment, as an interested party.
Let's look at it. Political associations are regulated by INEC. And in that sense, there are those who will argue that your party should have just gone ahead and meet the requirement as being stated by INEC. Go and amend your logo because there is a look-alike, there is a clash of identity. And there are those who will now say, why is NDC wanting to use the court to bypass INEC registration process, attempting to achieve through the court what it.
It seems like this journalist is an APC supporter, because what exactly is saying? How does this look? How is there any clash of identity here? I mean, this doesn't look like any APC or whatever it is they are calling its logo now. They are just looking for a way to hold Peter Obi down. They don't want his name to be on that ballot box. That man is a threat to this current party in Nigeria. I mean, come on, it doesn't look like it at all now.
Could not obtain administratively.
Brother, let me tell you something. I'll ask you one question. 171 political associations applied for registration. Only one was registered.
Do you imagine? Come on, guys. This is democracy, but it seems like this APC they are practicing them go crazy, because I don't understand. How will 171 parties apply to register, and yet you decline 170 and accept only one? How? Are you trying to tell me that they didn't meet all the requirements? It's not even possible. I mean, it's not possible. But then again, we know what is happening. This is all power play. We know what is happening behind the scenes. Come on, it doesn't make sense now. Is this how our own country wants to get better? We still have a long way to go, honestly. 2026, this is what is happening. See the kind of corruption where they happen for our eyes. Clear as daylight. It's so sad.
You actually believe that the rest 170 associations did not meet the threshold of the requirements of law? The truth is that that particular INEC had made up its mind not to register anybody. Our process started since 2017. We had met all everything, everybody that. In fact, INEC in the proceedings in Sunday trial admitted before the court that we had met all the requirements for registration. What you're saying is what some third parties who were not there, who do not know the facts of our case, have been saying in public, and we have tried several.
This man, this particular lawyer is a very smart person. From my observation, he's learned. I like the way he's put his words together. He's a very smart person. He watches his word carefully. If you notice, he's trying his best not to implicate himself, because this is Nigeria. Tomorrow, DSS fit come carry you say wetin you talk for channels. It is very possible. Yes, we see it happening in our eyes. The DSS now, they are now errands boys. They now use them to arrest people that they don't want to speak up against the government. So if you notice how he chooses his words carefully, he doesn't want to implicate himself. And that's a very smart move. These are the type of people we want leading us, not these daft, slow people that don't want anything good out of this country. I mean, they say this man is the secretary to the NDC. He's a very smart person. See the way he's putting his words. He's very well put. But yet we have people that can't even answer simple questions, and yes, they want to lead millions. Make it make sense, please. It doesn't make sense to me at all.
To say this is not true. We didn't go to court because we are not qualified. If we were not qualified, the court would not have registered us or that registration. We went to court because we had met every condition for registration. But INEC whimsically decided they would not register us on the flimsy and excuse that our.
I love that word you use, flimsy, because it doesn't make any sense. We all know what is happening. This is corruption. This is Nigeria. We know what is happening. Corruption as best as it can be. Why will you not want to register a particular party? We all know the reason. But then again, this is Nigeria, corruption is the order of the day. But I really hope they sort out this thing and it goes in our favor, because honestly, we can't continue living this way. This is 2026. We can't keep going backwards. We have to try and take our country forward. And that is why I like people like VDM. They're trying to make a change out there. All these old men, they don't care about us at all. Honestly, they don't. They just want to make their money, have their power, and that's it. I mean, we are complaining of banditry, and these men, their kids, their relatives, their loved ones, they are not even in the country they are trying to make better. How is this country going to get better if you yourself, you cannot relate to the everyday struggle of the basic Nigerian? How will you know what he's going through? You're living in luxury, you don't even know what is happening. Omo, I really hope and pray our country gets better, because I feel like this is the generation where we can actually do something. Imagine now a major opponent is coming out. This is power play. You can see that competition is coming out, and all of a sudden they are scared. They are deregistering, doing this, doing that. Personally, I feel like their tactics might even be they want to delay these people with this their court case so that the election will come and go. Yes, think about it. It's very possible. I mean, we know how Nigeria is. They will take you to court. Next thing, case has been adjourned. And so they go on, do. The election is in 6 months' time, and now they are trying to do this power play move in court. It doesn't make sense, so but we all know what is happening. Nigeria is watching. We are seeing everything that's happening.
A logo resembled that of APC, and you and I know, Mr. Morgan. Yes.
Is this a setback for your party?
Naturally, it could be considered a setback. But the truth of the matter is that, like I said, we are continuing with our activities. We are put together a team to appeal against it, and we are confident that nothing would happen to our party.
What if the fresh hearing now goes against you?
We're not going to go through a fresh hearing.
That's what the court said.
That's elementary law. shows that the court had no right in the first place to make that order.
Exactly. They have no rights. In a sane country, in a country where things are meant to be working how it is meant to work, this cannot happen. You want to tell me that in USA now, a judge will judge a case, and then tomorrow they will buy him house. Next tomorrow he will come outside and he will reverse his judgments. No, it doesn't make sense. He specifically said it that there are two conditions on which that can happen, and none of these conditions has been met. We all know what is happening. Politics is happening, power play is happening, APC is happening. If nobody wants to say it, I will say it. But I mean, he's on live TV, he can't implicate himself before DSS will come to his house and carry him. Sad reality of our country right now, honestly. It's so sad.
Had no right even in the first place to hear that application. So how can you cannot place anything on nothing and expect it to stand?
Your presidential candidate is of the opinion that this is in part about him, and that there is
exactly. Finally, you are making sense, you journalists. We all know who this is about. They are scared of Peter Obi. This last 2023 election, he showed them that yes, he can really shake the government. When he won Lagos, Tinubu did not believe it. So now they are trying their best to suppress him one way or the other. And it's actually working. Because why will you tell me that your major opponents joined a new party and your next move is to deregister his party? On what basis you're now telling us that, yes, so their logo looks like another party logo? Does that even make sense? Another party that is not even registered in our country. Guys, this thing is beginning to piss me off, honestly. But what can I do? The best I can do is just to bring the news to the masses.
There is an effort to ensure that he's not on the ballot. Do you think
so? Every Nigerian that is old enough to understand things know that there are people who do not want the democratic space to be expanded so there can be a proper contestation for the next general election.
Oh my God, this man is a very, very smart man. He said what is all in our mind. Yes, we know who is behind it. We know what is happening. They don't want Peter Obi's name to be there. They are all scared of him. Come on, man. We all know what's happening. They are trying their best to suppress every other opposition party. But personally, I feel like their plan is not going to work because at this point, we know everything. This is not 1996. How will you try and deregister a party because he's an opposition party? That's a very, very, that's not a bold move even coming from APC themselves.
Every Nigerian knows that what is happening in the political space today is predetermined by certain persons that do not want proper contest. You don't need anybody to tell you that. Peter Gregory Obi is our presidential candidate. It's the choice of a gross majority of Nigerian people.
Yes, exactly what we are saying. Exactly what we have been saying since this life started. We all know what is happening. We all know what is happening. They don't want them to join at all. They are all scared of Peter Obi. No be small thing they happen for our front though. Honestly, this party, but these APC people, the way they do corruption in our faces, like it's very, very obvious that they don't rate us at all because there are some certain things they do in our face, and you be like, if this government even send us, they for even try sugarcoat this thing small. But guys, they don't send us at all. They don't. All they care about is their power and their money. That is all they want, and that is all they are after. Because why will you be doing things like this? 6 months before the election, you are now coming out to do this. It's all power play, guys. It's all power play. And we are seeing through it.
To assume the mantle of leadership of this country come 2027. And some persons who know they do not stand a chance against him in the elections do not want him to be on the ballot.
I love this man. His choice of words, the way he puts it, the way he says everything. These are the type of people we need leading us, not all these daft, dumb people who can't even come up with a complete sentence. These are the type of people Nigeria need for actual change to happen.
That's what this is all about, and that's the reality.
And you don't think this could happen in 2027?
It will not happen. I can assure you that it will not happen.
But is the NDC ready for a long legal battle? And this is my fear, considering legal timelines in this country. It does look.
This is a very, very smart question from the journalist. I mean, as I said earlier, APC, their plan might not even be to deregister this party. They might just want to delay this case. They might just want to drag this case until the election comes and go. So this is a very, very smart question from the journalist. Because personally, I feel like that might just be the plan. They are trying by any means necessary to just slow them down, to demotivate them, to break down their spirits. You know how it goes now. When the devil is trying to get to you, he keep on sending different people. Let's not get biblical, guys. But I understand this question he just asked. And yes, that might actually be the plan. They might not want to just deregister the party immediately, but they might just want to slow them down. Do you get? Yes, it's a very, very valid point. And personally, I feel like that might be the plan. Slow them down, make them tired, make them feel reluctant before the election comes. So that when the election comes, they already be demotivated, they won't have much energy to give. But their plans is going to backfire because their plans ain't gonna work. We are all woke now. We are watching. We are seeing everything that's happening.
Like time, you're running against time.
We have 6 months or thereabout to the next general elections in January and February next year. So, see, let me tell you something. There's a funny thing about this matter. We were scheduled to pick up our codes to start uploading our candidates today. In fact, we were at INEC yesterday. We're supposed to be at INEC today to pick up the codes. And then at the middle of the day today, this ruling just comes up. I think it was designed and timed to stop us from picking up those codes. But I can.
This man is a very, very smart man. Honestly, I have said it and I will keep on saying it. It is power play. Now they are saying that okay, these people they're actually making progress. They are making progress, and now they are trying to slow them down any means necessary. I'm tired of this. They can't. APC can't make Nigeria a one-state democracy. It's not even possible. I mean, this is not Russia. You're trying to make everything run through one particular party. No, no, it doesn't make any sense at all.
Assure you that we'll pick them up. We'll pick them up. We'll upload our candidates. We'll participate in the elections. And I can tell you now, and I can also tell our supporters, our members, and our candidates, they have nothing to fear. All our candidates will be on the ballot come 2027, and we'll win the elections because Nigerians are fed up with what is going on in this country today. We are fed up with the hunger, the insecurity, the failures of government, the heartlessness of the government that is ruining this country today, not ruling this country. And all their efforts to ensure that credible candidates like the candidates we have as our candidates contesting the election because they are of their fear of a defeat. And it will happen. It will come to them. The motion on notice.
Honestly, this man, he has said it all. They are scared. They are scared. They don't want here say Peter Obi collect power from them. But that's the thing. We need people that are going to work for the people. We don't need people that are going to come in power and forget the people and they just keep on enjoying. See Tinubu when he first came in. Baba no wan bring out budget, he no wan select minister. Baba just dey carry presidential plane dey fly. E no reach how many months, he was like, dis plane e don dey old o. Baba tear budget go buy new jet for presidential kini. Baba easy now. God.
When the PNP joined in this matter, was it started on the NDC?
Yes, it was. The PNP did not join. The right thing for them to have done, like I said, repeatedly, if a party felt that a judgment affected it and it needs to appeal, not set aside the judgment, because it cannot set it aside, legally speaking. I'm old enough as a lawyer to know that you cannot set it aside. What they could have done is to bring an application before the same court that gave the judgment, seeking leave to appeal as an interested party. Normally, they would need to file their own notice of appeal and grants of appeal, showing that they have a substantial case to argue.
We can all see that one thing about this case, it is not going on the right path against these people. It might be very, very possible in the country we live in. Honestly, in fact, I feel like that's what even happened. I'm sure that somebody has paid this PNP now. Yeah, you can be a useful tool. Come out, 5K, 10K, they go do no be Nigeria again. They will do it. So it might even be possible that they have paid this PNP to come out and bring this case against NDC at this moment because they know that the election is coming up. It's all power play. These men, they are playing chess with Nigeria. They don't care about us. They are just playing chess with our future and our lives, and it's just so sad. These men, they are going to die and they are going to leave us, and we are going to suffer the repercussions. It doesn't make sense. Why would I be going through what one old useless man? Um, I mean, more. I don't even want to start getting into it because I'll just be pissed this night.
At the Court of Appeal. And the court can decide to grant them leave or not. That's the only application a judge who has given judgment the matter can hear.
I know that just before now, you were at your party's press conference, and the national chairman of your party was speaking there. And these are some of the images coming from that press conference earlier today in Abuja. Let me allow you to have a listen to some of what was said at that press conference. Take a listen.
There was no order directing our deregistration. However, we are dissatisfied with the decision that has been made, and we have instructed our team of lawyers to immediately proceed to the Court of Appeal to challenge the jurisdiction and propriety of His Lordship's order. We assure the general public, and particularly our candidates at all levels, that our party is on course. The NDC has not been deregistered. And we are challenging today's order at the Court of Appeal as soon as possible. We have no doubt that justice will be done.
Another thing that's making me scared, Omo, I really admire their confidence, but come on, guys, we know what is happening. We are fighting against evil forces. This is corruption at the highest level. Very soon now, Nigeria, they will be ranking us with the likes of Brazil and Mexico, where drug cartels run the government. Because, omo, it is just so sad. I admire the confidence, but then again, things and forces have been placed in order to slow down these parties now. Imagine how much these men would have pumped and paid all these INEC officials, all these judges, just to do all these things they are doing. Instead of them to use the money to make the country better, no, they would rather use that money to make the country worse. They would rather use that money to bribe their way to power. Omo, it's such a sad reality we live in Nigeria, honestly. I pray and I hope that one day, things will actually get better because from the looks of things, we are retrogressing. We are going backward. We are not going forward. We keep going back. Ah, such a sad reality. I am not really happy that this is the life I found myself in. But then we are Nigerians. No matter how bad it gets, we'll keep on smiling. We'll continue. That's why we are the strongest.
As the national chairman of the NDC earlier today, finally speaking, this is somewhat a setback, and a lot of people will think, if we vote NDC, it's going to be a wasted vote.
Please. Nobody is thinking that. Don't come and speak for the mass. Nobody made you the spokesperson for the mass. So who is thinking that? We are going to vote NDC. Who they carry votes go APC? Let's say this one, no even know it's in the happen.
Don't you think that the lethargy can come into the heart of your supporters?
It's not coming anywhere.
What they are trying to do will backfire against them.
Exactly.
What is it? Who are they?
We all know who they are. I don't need to mention their names.
No,
this man is too smart, Joe. We all know the day. He doesn't need to mention the name. Even you, the viewer, you know the day. We all know who he's talking about. We all know. But he's just trying his best not to implicate himself before the DSS will come and arrest him. We are not even done with Sowore case. Before this man said go start case with DSS, so I beg.
Don't know. I'm asking.
No, I'm saying that.
And there are probably those
what
people
I'm saying
who don't know. Who are the day you're
they are trying to make us more popular, more acceptable, because Nigerians will naturally rise up against tyranny. They'll naturally rise up against what the government of the day is trying to do. It's unfortunate that the judiciary is lending itself.
Honestly, my point exactly. How will the judiciary, the most honest bunch, the ones that are meant to keep us in check, how will they be lending, giving their how will they be aiding such a corrupt government? And I also try to break down the timeline of everything, guys. Last week, Wike came out and he gave some judges house in Abuja. It's not up to 2 weeks. They first of all went for ADC, Articles Party. They tried to deregister, do this, blah, blah, blah. Now, less than 2 days after, they are coming for NDC. They are going for the major oppositions. They don't even want, this new government, they don't even want to allow election come. Then they will try and rig their way. They want to try and stop everything. These people, they just want power. That is all they care about. Power, power, power. They don't care about us. They don't care about you. They don't care about our family. They just care about power and themselves. We don't need those type of people leading us. No, we need selfless people like Peter Obi. We need people that are going to actually try. I pray God helps us, honestly, because we have a lot to do, honestly.
To this kind of absurdity. It's very unfortunate. But I tell you that Nigerians who are peace-loving, but Nigerians hate tyranny in all its forms. And what is going on today is not in the best interest of our democracy, not in the best interest of this country. And I'm sure even the international community will be looking at what is going on and they will be shaking their heads in disbelief.
This man, somebody should please give this man an award because he is spitting facts right now. How will these international communities feel about Nigeria? Imagine, they could just do one place, they laugh us. God. That is why tomorrow, when we get remote jobs, when we go for interviews, when we go for visa interviews, they don't take us serious. I mean, look at the type of people ruling us. Look at the type of people we have as our leaders. Imagine, these international communities, they go just dey one side, just dey look us, dey mock us, say, see una never ready. We have people who don't have the best interest of the nation as our leaders. How is that even possible? How will the country even get better? It's not possible at all. It isn't. Magic is not going to have, manna is not going to fall down from heaven. No, because we have the wrong people at the top.
Belief. I call upon all Nigerians who have any modicum of, should I say, good faith in this country to rise up and say no to what is going on. It's not if it's NDC.
And I hope if you're an APC supporter, please better leave here before I track you personally. Please, you can't be in Nigeria and you're still supporting APC with everything that is going on. It means you are blind, because I don't understand. It means you are blind. Please, if you're a good Nigerian, if you know what is happening, it's not benefiting you or your family, we have to rise up. 2027 is our only chance, except we're ready to suffer for the next 4 years. The kind of suffer where I don't see these last 3 years, all my life in this country. In my lifetime, I've seen about 4 different presidency. And trust me when I say this is the worst. Imagine suffer wey we don see for these last 3 years. E pass suffer wey person don suffer for the last 20 years. This is just so sad, I swear. I mean, it is funny, but then again, it is not funny because this is our reality. Guy, God will help us, I swear.
It was ADC and other parties yesterday.
Don't you get? E never even reach 1 week where they come for ADC. Now they don't attack NDC. So now any major opposition party like this now, they won't shut them down. Make it only be APC. God forbid. Their plan no fit work. You cannot only be APC. It can never be. We need other genuine people that can actually help us. Because what is APC doing for this country?
NDC came out to say no, it is wrong.
Yes,
you cannot order parties to be deregistered. Today they are carrying the battle to NDC because they know that as of today, NDC is the actual real opposition party in this country, and they want to stop us. They cannot.
Ikena Enekwezu is the National Secretary of the NDC. Many thanks, Mr. Morgan, for joining us now.
Thank you very much for
Appreciate
having me. My pleasure.
We've come to the end of this live, guys. Thank you guys for joining me as we analyze this news. And hopefully things work out in our favor. I pray these APC tyrants don't get away with whatever it is they are planning. So guys, until next time, thank you.